Hey, you're listening to The Cosmic Connection. I'm dropping in to talk about Wendy Osefo. Wendy, in case you're not familiar with Wendy, she is a real housewife of Potomac. This was her first season. She was the one who continually exclaimed about 4 degrees over and over again. And that actually caused her to get on the bad side of a lot of people in the public because most of society does not hold 4 degrees. And for you to keep mentioning it, we get that it's an accomplishment, but let other people tell you that. You say, hey, I have 4 degrees, and then you drop it. And then other people bring up the fact that you're so accomplished. That's the way it should go. Anything other than that comes off as elitism. And she was called out for it. And I don't think she gave a damn because she continued to do it all season, which lets us know that that was her storyline. And that pretty much was kind of all she had to offer, with the exception of having a very overbearing mother. Come on now. That wasn't something that a lot of people fed into. And the fact that she continued with the elitism, it actually caused her, instead of accumulating fans, she accumulated more of like a hate crowd against her. And at one point there was even a petition going around to get Wendy removed from the show. Oh my God, not your first season. Like, that had to feel so bad. Oh my gosh. But you know what? She seems like a very proud woman. It makes me wonder if she cared. The fact that she's human, she probably did, but it just makes me wonder with the facade that she put on. I wanted to like Wendy. With what's going on, now I'm starting to feel bad for her. Not so much liking Wendy, but really just feeling bad for her. Because it's alleged that Wendy's husband is cheating on her with an employee from his law firm, and that the woman is preggers. Yes, the woman is actually pregnant? Come on. Oh, God. Okay, so she's said to be a Caucasian woman that's employed at the same law firm with Eddie Osefo, which is Wendy's husband. Eddie's family has never really accepted Wendy Osefo because she is said to be from the Osu caste, which is a lower caste than Eddie's family's caste in Nigeria. Eddie's caste sees the caste Wendy is from as being witches, practitioners of witchcraft, and really a cursed caste. And you are not allowed to marry them. You can be friends with people from the Osu caste if you all end up in school together by some chance, or in college together by some chance in another country. But do not marry them, because marrying them is a covenant with that group, and you are not to build a covenant with those type of individuals according to what they believe there. Now, this actually dates back to the ancient days of the Israelites from the Bible, believe it or not. Quick history lesson for you. Okay, Noah. Remember Noah from Noah's Ark? Noah had 3 sons. In case you didn't know, 3 sons. One was named Japheth, one was named Shem, and one was named Ham. Shem was the only son of the 3 sons who wanted to worship God, like the God of Israel, the main God, Elohim of that day, Yahweh. And Shem's lineage ultimately led up to Abraham. I know you remember Abraham. And Abraham, had the son named Jacob. Jacob was renamed to be Israel. Okay. Israel had 12 sons. So Jacob had 12 sons, and that's where the 12 tribes of Israel came from. Jacob / Israel, same person, different name, had 12 sons, and that's where you get your 12 tribes. So each son received the tribe named after him. Dan, Asher, Gad, Naphtali, all of them got a tribe named after them. Okay, it is believed that Wendy's caste are not tribes of Shem, not descendants of Shem. Eddie's group would have been descendants of Shem. It's believed that Wendy's family, the Osu cast, are actually descendants of Ham. Now, see, Ham was the son of Noah that would be considered the father of the dark races. You know, darkness, not the light. So they were into Baal worship, the devil, Satan worshipers. And Eddie's cast, like we said, that tribe would be descendants of Shem, who worship God, the God of Israel for that time, Elohim. The ultimate God and descendants of Shem, because Shem, he worshiped God, he defended God at all costs and was willing to defend him to the death. Anyone who were descendants of Shem, from Shem to Abraham to Jacob to Israel to the tribes of Israel and on from there, they were considered to be holy, upstanding people according to that Nigerian culture. So if you're from Osu, then you're a descendant of Ham and you are cursed. And Wendy, according to what they believe, is cursed. And you are not to form a marital covenant with them. And that's where the problem comes in. Quick note. Did you know African Americans from America, Caribbean blacks, Mexicans, Cubans, Puerto Ricans, Native Americans, Haitians, Peruvians, and the other Hispanics, they are believed to also be descendants of Shem. If you subscribe to that belief, we'll leave that there. But so a Nigerian even getting with some of those groups would be acceptable compared to that Osu cast that Wendy is from. That's crazy. So if this woman is pregnant, there has been an affair, and we hope that it has not. Just as a woman, I hope he has not cheated on his wife and got someone else pregnant, whether you like her or not. But if this has happened, do you know that the family could possibly accept the mistress and that baby over Wendy and her children, the actual wife and spouse? It would depend on where her ancestry stems from, the Caucasian woman. That is a mess. This is alleged. We are watching this story, and it's crazy. And what had my antennas go up is the fact that this is coming out just before they were to start filming again. It has got to be hard for a man to know that choosing a woman means never connecting with his family ever again. It's like, it would be like his family all just fell off of a bridge somewhere, because this is a forever thing. We're not ever dealing with you anymore. And due to generations of this being deeply rooted in their culture, there is no bending of the rules at all. You're done, buddy. You want her, then, scram. Scram, Oh my gosh. There's been lots of developments that's been surfacing about Wendy, her manipulations to get on the show, and underhanded things she's done, her debt, and being into financial debt due to student loans, acquiring those degrees and then his law degrees. This has been a lot over the past couple of weeks. That just goes to show you, when you generate a lot of hate and you're not a sweetheart and people just don't like you from the image you put out there, they look for dirt, tea, and trash to just really put out there on you. That's crazy. But here's the thing. See, remember, Wendy's husband is a lawyer. So all of these things that have been popping up on Twitter and blog sites about her, they've been hitting them with threats, cease and desist, threats of lawsuits. So they do go away, but some of this is not. A baby can't just go away. I hope it's not true, but if it is, oh my gosh, man. And I bet the public will eat it up because they don't even like her. Golly. They start filming the beginning of February, and that's in about 2 weeks from the date of this video dropping. The question is, will this be a part of the storyline? Even if it isn't true, will it be a part of the storyline? Because they always say everything's untrue. Every story that has made it to this, with the exception of the tax problems and the back pay, all of the infidelities and different things, even if it's true, they deny it initially on the show. They always deny it. So even if this is brought up, of course, she's going to deny it. That's just going through the motions. They'll bring it up. She'll deny it just like everyone else did. But the question is, will it be brought up? That's going to depend on how shady the producers want to be. That's what it's really going to boil down to. Will the producers let it make the big screen? And due to, let's see, she got into it. She really went hard on Monique, but Monique's gone. That could have been a possible person to bring it up. That only leaves Karen and Ashley. Those would be the two individuals that could possibly bring this up. Why those two? Think back to the season. She was at Karen's throat the entire season, and she just went off on Ashley for just no reason. And with viciousness too. I'm like, whoa. She came at her with the viciousness. Ashley could very well be one to bring this up. I will be waiting to see, because think about it, even if it's not true, because they said the story with Monique wasn't true with the baby not being Chris's, the baby belonging to the trainers. She said that's not true, and it's probably not, but that didn't stop it from making the show. We will be waiting around to see. Like, this is going to be interesting. And I think this might be dropping right around this time just so they can put it on the show. Oh, man. She did make many dislike her this season. And I can see how, by the way she presented herself. But now I'm starting to feel sorry for her. Jeez, man. We will check in with you next time, guys. We're not done. One more thing. Kenneth Petty, Nicki Minaj's husband, the daddy, or shall I say papa, of Papa Bear. Kenneth Petty's accuser, Jennifer, is still online dragging his name and is even actively jumping on lives and into chats discussing the matter. Which brings me to beg the question. I'm wondering, okay, as a grown woman with the toy Barbie as her image, playful colors, ice cream, donuts, and candy associated with her image, which all connects to and attracts children or younger people, why is Nicki always surrounding herself or happen to be caught up with pedophiles or men being accused of pedophilia? I'm a Nicki supporter. Trust me, and what also kind of threw me recently is Nicki's accomplishments. So I am a supporter. Let's not get that twisted. I was actually surprised at how much of her recent accomplishments have not been highlighted. Luckily, I follow her on IG and follow people who follow her. And I'm finding out this woman has been charting all over the place. Grammy nominations, high streams, still charting. And things have not been highlighted about her. Like, her recent accomplishments have not been highlighted. They've been paying attention to all these damn bubblegum rapping chicks. And I get Generation Z is focusing on their rappers more than Nicki, who's Generation X. I get it. Well, Nicki can be considered to be a millennial because she's what, 1982? Millennial, fine. But what I'm saying is her recent accomplishments have not been highlighted. And there has been a lot of them. The Karol G joint that she did, that song exploded internationally. And we were not the wiser. Why? What the heck? And then I'm wondering, how is someone this great constantly being surrounded with and being caught up with pedos? Her husband is battling this whole case that they're saying, basically this is something that happened when they were both minors. So there wasn't a statutory rape type of situation. And if it was considered rape at all, is where the question lies. So you toss out the statutory piece because they were both minors. Okay. But that doesn't mean that a minor can't rape you. Okay. So now, was it rape? And that's where the whole question is coming in, because she had the recanting statement where the young lady Jen went in and recanted what she said, saying, okay, no, he didn't rape her. And then he has one of Petty's cousins was on I think it was Black Tea Blog. She was did an interview and said that this woman told her and her grandmother and other family members that he didn't do it. And that's why her grandmother made her write a statement retracting what she said. But can you really, dang, I didn't even know you could do that. I'm learning something. Life has been a learning lesson in science, history with the elections, science with the pandemic, and now I'm learning about legalities and law due to entertainment and entertainers. I did not know that you could lie, someone go to jail and do time over your lie, and then you can just up and just write a statement retracting it. Am I missing pieces? Because this I didn't even know you could do that. It sounds like if you lie and someone goes to jail for it, they go back and sue you, or you go to jail for lying. It just goes that way. Man. But her husband, till this day in 2021, is battling this young lady, and she is the most empowered victim I have ever seen in my life. If he really did do it, she is bold to be a victim, because usually victims are a little more clamored than that, but she's one of the most emboldened, bombastic victims I've ever seen. And I am not trying to cut short what she's been through. If it did happen, the reason why I'm gathered here with you today is to discuss, why is a woman this great surrounded by these pedo type situations? Even if he didn't do it, what are the chances that this would be the third time that she's connected to a pedo situation? This is number 3, guys. Hubby battling this young lady. Okay. The brother, remember the brother? He battled the situation with rape and molestation charges with a young woman years ago, and he's now been convicted. And she was people were kind of throwing her to the wolves and under the bus because she was supporting her brother. That was her brother. You wouldn't support your brother? Whether he did it or not, it's still blood. He's going to do his time for doing it. But at the end of the day, you're still going to support your blood. She has just genetically, she has a love for him. People are asking for someone to do something that they wouldn't do their darn self. Get out of here with that. But I'm here to talk about, that's number 2. Number 3 on the list will be 6ix9ine. Tekashi, another freaking pedo, because the fact that he was dealing with a chick down in Florida that was much younger than him, that's statutory rape. And still another Nicki person who's in the circle. Come on. This is the queen. How is the queen being around all these pedophilic situations? That's what I want to, that hit me tonight. It hit me tonight. Now that's why I jumped on to bring this, to discuss this tonight. Kenny is fine as wine. I hope he didn't do it. He made a gorgeous child with her. Papa Bear is one of the cutest babies of 2020. Well, 2021 is when she showed us. But that baby can't get any cuter. Okay, and hopefully they have 10 to 15 of them, because their genetics together creates perfection. So they need to make about 9 to 14 more. But I've just wondered, why is this always the narrative, the pedo narrative? Lord, I meant the brother was guilty. Kenny, I hope it's not true. I hope it's not true. And just because we want to think of Nicki as a person who's really, and a model woman to many of these young people out here, we would want her to model better decision making than to reconnect with a guy who had that type of background. If he did that. If he did it. I hope he didn't. That's the whole thing. I hope it didn't happen. I hope it didn't happen. Wishing. And then with 6ix9ine, child plays, next topic.